to start coming in, and then we'll get started. So if anybody's watching over on YouTube or Facebook, thanks for watching over there. You can, I think there's a link you can click on to come over here and join the show if there's anything you want to bid on, since you can't bid if you're watching from those platforms. Hey, welcome in. Hey, Postcard Rich. Hey, Paula Craw, 23582. Welcome in. Got a lot of good stuff today. Got, I think, 19 things in the catalog, so a little smaller than I normally have, but have the two really good scrapbook / postcard albums, and then have some other stuff. Also have a box that I just happened to have somebody give me today that they said had paper in it, so I thought if we run out of other stuff to look at, we can open that and see what's in there. I have no idea. It may be nothing, but who knows? I've got it over here ready to go. I also have just some other miscellaneous ephemera we can look through as always. So we'll probably do the postcard album or the Valentine's album maybe about 2 o'clock for the first one, then do a few more things, then run the next one. But yeah, they're really cool. I haven't looked through them that closely, so it'll be fun to look through them. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. If you see anything you want me to run, just put the lot number in the chat and I will get to those. Or you can pre-bid. I'll try to watch for pre-bids. I know one of the albums had a pre-bid, I think. Let's see, anything else. The buy it now is full, so if you see anything in there, you can send me an offer if you want, or you can just buy it. I do have a 10% code in the show notes that's good for any one purchase. You can use that on an auction. You can use it on a buy it now. I also have my rewards club. As you purchase things, you can click on the crown up top and you'll get different discounts and things like that. So, hey, Luna Chick. Hey, Poetry Man Can. Welcome in. So, I guess we will go ahead and get started. I don't know if I introduced myself. So for anybody just coming in, I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And in addition to Whatnot, selling a couple of other places, and also have 3 antique booths here in the Knoxville area. So do mostly antique and vintage stuff and do primarily ephemera and Whatnot. Excuse me, I'm a little out of breath. I ran up the stairs because my dog was barking a second ago and I wanted to get up there before the show started. So, of course, I got myself out of breath. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and start grabbing some things off the table that are in the catalog. Hey, R Free. Hey, Stock Diva. Hey, M. Payroan. I know I'm butchering names. I'm terrible with reading the names and Whatnot. When there's no punctuation, no spaces, sometimes it's hard, and then when you're from Tennessee. So, anyway. Hope everybody is doing well on this Thursday, I guess it is. So, tell you what, I'll just grab something from back here and we'll start with that. As I mentioned, we'll probably do the first photo album, or not photo album, but either the postcard album or the Valentine's album, probably in the first 15 to 30 minutes. We'll just see how it's going. So, tell you what, let's start. I'll just stay front facing for these first couple of things. Let me go ahead and pin this. So we'll start with this World Series program. It is from 1985. So if you're a Kansas City Royals fan, hey Teresa, welcome in. Hey Denise Mott. This would be a good one for you because the Royals did win the World Series this year. They played the Cardinals, so I guess if you're a Cardinals fan, you wouldn't like it as much. But it's in pretty good shape. It does have information about all 4 of the teams that were in the division series. I guess they print these before the World Series. So I think it was, who was it? It was Kansas City who made it and won. I think Toronto was the other American League team. And then it was the Cardinals and maybe the Dodgers. Yeah, I think the Dodgers. So those were your 4 teams that made the divisional series. Everything's going to be a $3 start today, so we'll go ahead and get this one running here. We'll get it for 20 seconds, and it is off and running. Also, I have shipping capped at $9 and whatever it is, 35 cents, I think. Whatever the thing everybody caps it at. But basically, once you get to a pound, all your shipping's free after that. So thank you, Teresa. Are you a Royals? 9.21. Yeah. I don't know why I went blank on that, but anyway, yeah, $9.21. So, all right, Teresa took that one. Thank you so much. Let me just grab the next thing back here. We'll do 18. Had a cool experience the other night. So I'm here in Knoxville, so in the South, and we could see the Northern Lights. So I don't know if anybody else lived in an area that doesn't normally see the Northern Lights, but got to see them. I just happened to go outside at 11:30, and they were just like right behind or right in front of our house, I guess. And actually got some good pictures. If you go to my Instagram, so here, if you go to franklinhillventures.com, and then you can follow me on Instagram, and you can see my Northern Lights pictures. So, hey, Lillian, thanks for coming in. Lillian is one of the main people who does the trains here in the ephemera category. So if you're a seller and you want to be in a train, make sure you reach out to her or Schmidt Auctions, and they can set you up. I try to participate in some, but I don't do as many as I used to. But I am going to be in Ephemerama next month in December, and I have a couple of really good photo albums for that. Paula, I don't know if I do or not. I know I have one thing in the buy it now. If you look, there's a Furman scrapbook that's really really cool, and it's got what's the guy's name? He scored Frank Selvey, who was scored 100 points in a game while he was at Furman. So I don't know that I have anything else right now that's in the show. All right, so let me go ahead and pin lot 18. Yeah, and make sure you check out the two albums that I have in the auction area. They're starting at $3, just like everything else. One I'm calling the Love and War album because it's got the cover that's military themed, but inside it's all Valentine. So very kind of strange combination. But the album's in really really good shape. So it kind of might appeal to somebody who collects military stuff, and then they could take all the Valentines out, or somebody collects Valentines. So why they did that, I don't know. But anyway. All right, so this is going to be 4 studio photos from Reinhardt Marston. Let's see, and they're in Omaha, Nebraska. So this studio is rather famous for doing Native American photos, but none of these are Native American as far as I know. The blonde-headed girl probably isn't for sure. But they did other things as well. But that was one of the things that this studio is famous for. If you Google them, they did a lot of Native American pictures. So in anyway, you have the little girl in the chair here, and then we have this nice looking young lady here, and you can see it does have the stamp down here for the studio. And this might be this. I think this is the same lady here. She's got the, what would that be called, a bob? Is that what that haircut's called? Somebody who knows haircuts better than me chime in, but I think that would be maybe a bob. Is that right? All right, yeah. I know more than I thought I did. And then this lady, I don't know what you'd call her haircut. It's like a swoop of some sort, but it's kind of swooped so far back that it starts to blur into the background. You couldn't even focus on it. It went so far back. But anyway, you get all 4 of those, and we will go ahead and get that started. And it is off and running. Yeah, she is rocking that haircut. There's the little girl in the chair, but yeah, I mean, it does, it like fades out. It gets like, I don't know if that's something on her hair or if it's gray or what, but yeah, it gets real blurry the further back you go. All right, no interest there. Yeah, that is a little Elvira-ish. Or Lillian, not, is it Lillian Munster or one that was one of the, or like the Bride of Frankenstein? I guess that's who I'm thinking of. Kind of looks like, not that she looks like the Bride of Frankenstein, but yeah, her hair definitely has that little gray like you see in the back. So, all right, we will set that aside. And if you weren't in here at the beginning, in addition to everything in the catalog, I also have a whole bag of greeting cards, and I don't know what's in there. I just picked them up at a yard sale a couple weeks ago, like just kind of bought the whole bag. And then I also have this box that somebody, it's a guy who has a booth where I have a booth, and he only does furniture. So I don't, he cleans, kind of cleans out houses too. And I think this is just stuff he got from various houses or from a house, but it was sealed up. And he said, I'm going to leave it on my front porch for you. You can come pick it up. He said it does have some paper in there. So I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't opened the box yet. So if we want to later, we can open that as well and just see what's in there. I know that's always fun. So, hey, the Lost 123, Day Trip Vintage Company, Shershman 33, Lovely Disaster. Anybody else I missed? All right, so we ran that. So let's go ahead and pull the next thing. Tell you what, let's do this almanac. And as I mentioned here, probably in about 10 minutes, we'll do one of the two albums. I'll let y'all decide which one we run first. So let me pin this. So yeah, I put as many pictures as I could of the album. So make sure you go into the catalog and check those out. The Valentine one is really cool. I mean, as I mentioned, the album covers like war, and then the inside's Valentine's, but they're all appear to be from the 1920s, and it's a combination of like flat cards and cards that open and die cuts, and then the stand-up Valentine cards that are real elaborate die cut type cards. So just those. I mean, I thought about pulling those out originally and selling them separately, but then I thought, I found the album this way. I'm just going to sell it that way. So it's got a lot of really, really good stuff in it. So this is going to be an almanac from 1949 from the Rexall drugstore. It's the almanac and moon book. So I guess it's got the phases of the moon, and then on the back, it's an advertisement, or was given out by Dearborn Pharmacy in Dearborn, Michigan. When I used to go to Detroit a lot, I would stay in Dearborn at the Holiday Inn there and go to Henry Ford Hospital, which is, we had an account there. So that just kind of show you some of the stuff in here. I think it's got your zodiac signs right there. And then you got all the different festivals. So I had no idea there were this many Christian festivals. I was looking at this, and there is the Holy Name of Jesus Day, January 2nd. There's Epiphany, January 6th. There's Septuagesima Sunday. Then there's Quinquagesima. That one's hard to say. Then the ones like Ash Wednesday, Lent, St. Patrick's Day, Annunciation, Passion Sunday. But yeah, there are all kind of Christian festivals that, I mean, my dad's a minister, and I didn't know about all those. So anyway, you have your seed planting table like you have in all these almanacs. Speaking of, did y'all see the Farmer's Almanac is like ceasing publication? Kind of a sad day. I think they printed their last one this year. You got your horoscopes in here. Oh, what else you have? You could get you could go to the drugstore and get your insecticide with DDT in it. Pretty sure that is now outlawed. Here's, some cool advertisement. There's one for toothpaste. So anyway, pretty cool almanac. And then on the front, I've never heard of her. Let me know if anybody else has, but it's Lois Butler, the singing star of Eagle Line Pictures. So I guess she was a big star in 1949. We'll go ahead and start this, and it is running. Yeah, so if you, oh, it's got all kind of historical events. Alaska transferred to the U.S. in 1867 on Sunday, October 9th, if anybody's interested. All right, Big Dave took that one. Thank you so much. That will be coming away. All this stuff should ship out tomorrow, as we say in the South, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So, I mean, there's always a chance I'll get a wild hair and package stuff up today, depending on how long we go, but I'll guarantee it goes out tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. Let's do these two postcard folders. We have two military postcard folders here. Oh, thanks for all the pre-bids on the albums, everybody. We'll run the first one here in about 10 minutes. Try to get through maybe half the other stuff. Then we'll run an album, run the rest of it. Then we can do the unboxing and all that other fun stuff too. So, all right, so here's two postcard folders that are military themed. We have the Waukegan and U.S. Naval Training Station in Great Lakes, Illinois. And if we open it up, it's kind of a combination of scenes from Waukegan and from the military training, or from the U.S. Naval Training Station. So it was sent. You can see here it does have the stamp on it, and it was sent to Detroit, Michigan. And then the other one is pictorial scenes from the U.S. Army. It's got one of the Martha Washington, I think is who that is, stamps on it, the 1.5 cent stamps. And you got Old Glory on the back. Let's see if I can see this postmark. I can't see the postmark to see what year this was from. Let's see if I can get it open. Yeah, so it's just all different scenes from the U.S. Army, I guess life in the Army. It looks World War One-ish era, so maybe like, yeah, the postmark's a little faded, but I would guess, 19 teens to 1920s probably on that one. So you're getting both these, and we'll go ahead and start it. Let me take this down to 15 seconds. We do not need to run it for 20 since we've already looked at it. All right, and that's running. For the two postcard folders, the military Army one with the Old Glory on the back, and then the U.S. Naval Training Station. Thank you, Dave. Hey, Day Trip Vintage Company, Jules, Courtney, Mr. Wingard, anybody else that I've missed, thanks for coming in. And Dave took that one. All right, let me see. We already ran that one. All right, let's run these. These are pretty cool. Let's see. This is going to be like 10. So these are arcade cards. So, back in the day when, you'd go to the boardwalk or wherever, you'd go in the arcade and they would have the little machines. You could, they'd have the little video machines you could look in, and they would have the ones that dispense these cards here. And these were a series of then and now cards. So you got Mr. Crosby there. It's funny that we had a Bing Crosby when I was on $1 Million Peddlers podcast last night, and we got to talking about Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. So anyway, so you have Bing Crosby as a kid, Bing Crosby as an adult with his famous pipe there. These are all blank on the back. I would guess these are probably maybe 40s. I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure that's about probably the age Bing Crosby was then. I know arcade cards were really popular in the 40s. Then we have Tyrone Power, so I have heard of him as well. Then and Now. And then we have Steve Cochran. I don't know if I've heard of Steve Cochran. Has anybody heard of Steve Cochran? And then finally we have Dan Daly. So two still famous people, and two, I guess, who were famous back then that didn't have the staying power. So anyway, all four of these for a $3 start, and they are off. And well, if I can get the button to work, there you go. So Bing Crosby, Tyrone Power, or Dan Daly, my bad. Thank you, Dave. and then Steve Cochran, and Tyrone Power. All right, awesome. And you unlock bronze, Dave, so make sure you go up to the crown up top and claim your discount for a future purchase. All right, let me go ahead and grab these die cuts. So I think there's 9 of them in here. Let's see how well I can show these. So there's this one here is in there. It's this bird. And best I can tell, these are all old. They're not reproductions. I mean, I can't 100% say that. I don't guess for sure, but they have the look of once they're old. So let me show you what we got here. So we have this one here, and it's actually a calling card. So if you move this, then you can see the person's name. Got the deckled edges. And here's another one that's, let's see if it's a calling card as well. Yeah, this one was Lulu Weiss. Oh, Lulu. So you got that one. And here's another calling card. Oh, wait, that's the one I just showed. I just pulled from the wrong stack. All right, and then you have this one here. Then here's another calling card, and this one is Emma Schlocky, I think is the last name there. They made them where you can't hardly open them. So that one's got a ship on it. So actually several of these are calling cards. And then here's one for Christ. Somebody? Christ? Maybe you'd pronounce it Christ. Anyway, there's another one there with the birds. And here's another just die cut. Looks like maybe this was part of something else at some point. And here's a larger one that's still connected. And then finally, this one here. So you got a couple of calling cards, a couple that are just, I guess, die cuts, and then you have the bird there. So let me go ahead and start this one, and it is off and running. I think there were 9. At least that's what I put in the description. So somewhere around 9. There's at least 9 there. Thank you, Livy Lou. Thank you, Big Dave. So yeah, but there are four or five of them were calling cards, and then the rest were just like plain ones. All right. Thank you so much. And that is your first purchase from me, so thank you so much. And let's see. Let me run maybe 1 or 2 more things, then we'll do one of the first albums. So we'll do another almanac. This one's from 1925. And it is the Everyday Almanac and Home Helps. So here's this. Nice design on the front. I guess it's in, let's look at the back. Yeah, I mean, it's embossed, an embossed design there. But you have the 1925 calendar in the front. And then, yeah, you have like each month and like little facts about each day. What else is in here? The secret of obtaining credit. The secret of why some men can readily obtain credit while others are unable to borrow a cent is disclosed in the following article prepared by the Committee on Public Education of the American Bankers Association. So if you've been having trouble getting credit, you can read this and maybe improve your situation. It's got like planet charts. Got the eclipse of the sun, I guess, that happened on January 24th. Looks like it was a pretty widespread eclipse there. We had the eclipse come right through the middle of where I live here in Knoxville, Oak Ridge area. However many years that was. It was really cool. We went out to the lake and watched it. So And this came from Ypsilanti, I think that's how you say it, Savings Bank in Michigan. So we're going to start this one, and it is off and running. And if you know anybody you think might be interested in the albums, feel free to tag them, because they are very cool. I mean, it's going to take us a while to look through them. So, all right. Oops, still running. Looks like Dave's going to take that one as well. Thank you so much. And let's see, we'll do one more thing and then we'll run. And we'll do this one. So let's see, this was from Michigan. See if I can find it here. There it is. So this might have had a calendar on it one time. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. Because it looks like on the back, maybe here, maybe something was hanging down, but now it's just more a print, and it's like an advertisement for Winter's General Store in Gowan, Michigan. If you can see that right there. It used to have a little hanging thing, but it looks like that's torn off. So, but the picture itself's in pretty good shape. Still has the little clips in the corner that hold it down. So we'll go in and run this, and it is running. Yeah, I don't know what year this is from. I would guess 20s. Kind of looks 20s, 30s, but there weren't any dates or anything on it. All right, no interest there. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around. And so do y'all want to do the Postcard album first or the Valentine card album? First thing I see, I'll grab that one. So let me know which one you want to see. Valentine. All right, El Chris. So sorry about seeing the back of my hand there. Let me get this in here. And flip it around. Let me get this out of the way. All right, so this album is so awesome. Hopefully y'all enjoy looking through it. I mean, I have not, as I mentioned, I haven't looked closely at every card that's in there. So it may take us a little while to go through this. So as I mentioned, I kind of call this the Love and War album because it's in this really cool military themed album. So, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is going to be a military scrapbook. And I would, and then I opened up and I was like, well, that's strange. It's just Valentine's cards. Yeah, so we'll do the postcard one next, Doc Diva. All right, so let me go ahead and just take this off so I can pan and scan here. So yeah, the album's leather covered. It's got a little bit of wear, but overall it's in pretty good shape. The images are in really good shape. So you have the airplanes here, you have the eagle, and all this is like tooled. On here you have the Zeppelin, and then you have the ship, and then a tank, and then the big artillery gun here. So that's the cover of the album. And if we open it up, let's see, trying to figure out which glasses I need to wear. It's bad when you get old and you have to have like different glasses for different things. All right, so so there was a note on here. It said flat Valentine, some writing on back, attached with tacket stick glue. But if you look, like 90% of what's in here doesn't appear to be attached at all. So I don't know if it just came unattached, but which is good. They didn't use tape or glue or anything. So most of them seem to be in really good shape. So this was some kind of poem, I guess. Helen went out to the barn one day to feed the cows a mess of hay. It was her intention to do only just what needs to be done and no more than she must. So I don't know exactly what this is all about, but it was kind of taped up there in the corner. And then I guess this is just the continuation of it back here. But then I like this, and move it away so it never again to others share you who may come by night. The moon is bright, appear like a big booger boo. So I don't even know what a booger boo is, but anyway. So you got that in the front. And then you have this catalog of greeting cards. And I think one of them was from 19, let's see, I thought I saw a date on one of these somewhere. That one's 1930. Where did I see a date? This one was like 1930 something as well. But anyway, it's just a whole catalog of cards you could order. Oh, my cat's meowing about something over there. She probably wants to go outside. My cat got a taste of going outside the other day, ran out, and now that's all she wants to do. So comic strips are very popular. So anyway, you got this whole, it's, there's Easter cards, crosses. It's funny, I feel like I've had some of these exact cards before in different shows. So you got that one. Then you have this one that's from 1930, which is going to be, pretty much the same here. Then you had this in here. It says, it's just like, it says it's from 1925, but it says the flirt. The only thing you can do is flirt with every fellow, but when it comes to cooking, your brains are very shallow. So there she is, I guess, in her flirting stage, and there she is in the kitchen. But and then here's the musician, and I don't know, somebody's written all over it, but it says 1924 Flapper 1924, and I guess they've just written notes. It says sports hose. So that one says 1924 on the back. And I did not count the Valentines, but there's hundreds of these things in here. So try to kind of show them best I can here. So these are all, I guess, flat Valentines. A lot of them are Germany. There's a Black Americana one. Be My Valentine so you won't get stung. So, like, here's one that's still kind of attached. So you can see they're not attached very well, and I'm assuming all these just fell out. And you can see there's very little damage on the back, though. Callie, what are you howling about? All right, let me see if I can turn the page. I may have to put this up because I'll have to hold these Valentines while I turn the page. All right, so here's the next set. Looks like we have a hockey player here. Just kind of try to give you a flavor of what's in here. So rain or shine. Oops. Tell you what, let me do this. Well, I guess this is going to be the best way to show them. I just got to make sure I don't get the phone up like that, like I did just a second ago. So anyway, there's those. There's what, maybe 10 or 12 on that page. All right, let me stick that and turn the page here. Callie, can y'all hear my cat? All right. Yeah, so let's see what else in here. This one looks to be homemade of some sort. Yeah, and that one is attached with a little piece of tape there. She's actually, well, here she is. She's down here helping me. Callie. There she is. Just a cat. Just a mutt cat. Yeah, and like I said, she got a taste of going outside. There's honeydew. Lifesaver. So this is like a stand-up one. You can fold it. And then there's one on this page here. That one actually opens there. Let's see if we can turn the page there. This one's got a fork on it. It says, I mean business, so fork over your heart here and now, and you'll give yourself an awful row. I guess it's got to rhyme with now. So anyway, yeah, it's a little fork that's actually made of metal, I think. I can't tell if it's metal or plastic. So then here's a monkey one here. There's a little Cupid looking one there. I don't know that it's a Cupid, but kind of has that look. There's a creepy looking clown. And then there's somebody, you're my chief attraction. Then I've got the Jack, you ought to be my Valentine. Sorry for all the bouncing around. Since these aren't attached, it just makes it challenging to turn the page here. All right, so then we have a baseball player over here with a girl in the back. Then I never throw kisses away, but if someone begged for this one, I wouldn't be selfish. And I guess it had something that came through there. I'm not sure what the holes were for. And here's one with some old clothespins. I like your clothes. I like your line. I'd like for my Valentine, if you would pin your faith to me, 'twould iron out any difficulty. So a lot of sewing puns there. Guess I need to try to watch the chat to make sure there's no questions or anything. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. And let me see. Welcome in Tiffany Shee, Caleb Dalton, uh, Lindsay Faye, anybody else I've missed. Thanks for the share, Teresa. I see that Sarah State Sales came in through your link. Let me stick this back on here again and turn the page. So yeah, I mean, I put there were over 100 in here, but I'm guessing it's probably quite a bit more than that. And we haven't gotten to the really cool ones yet. Here's one here. Yeah, like I said, hardly any of them are still attached to the page. And most appear to be in, pretty good condition. I haven't seen any with like just really bad tears or anything. Playing the bagpipes. And then here's one that says, you old shoe. You need a mate. 1920s humor. Yes, it is very awesome. I mean, and this is the first time I've looked closely at it. It's just so odd that it's in the military, binder. So, all right. So this one says folded Valentines, open carefully. Here's this one. Let's see. Tell me in what season you have your birthday, and I will tell you your fortune. I guess I don't know how this one worked, but you lift it up and you can see through it. So I don't know. Was there something behind it? Maybe. You're some butterfly, and this one opens up. Fly to me and be my Valentine. 1927. It's mentioned all the ones I've seen that are marked, I'll say 20, are all from the 20s. So I'm going to guess most everything in here is from the 20s. All right, let me turn this page. Hey, Magnificent. Kel Bryan. Hey, Biblioteca. 43904. We're looking at this Valentine's card album. So actually a page with nothing in it there. All right. And so I'm in Broken Hearts. Will you be my Valentine? So there's one that says 1927 there. It's got birds in the inside. So yeah, I'm trying to at least let you kind of see each one that's in here. There's a kitty. All right, we'll go ahead and go to the next page. Sorry if I'm getting anybody seasick. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Just for anybody just coming in, I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. We have this Valentine's album, then we also have a postcard album. We'll do the postcard album here shortly. Here's Garlic that says I'm strong for you, 1927. All these are hearts. Says Lila, 1916. So there's one that's a little older. I don't know who put the dates on these. And then there's just a hand drawn one. Dear Valentine, think of me. Let's see, can I turn? Well, no. Then I also have a whole bag of greeting cards over here that I really don't know what's in the bag. I haven't looked at it at all. So if we're looking for something to do at the end of the show and people want to stick around, we can dig through those too. So let's see what else in here. 1917. So some of these are even older. There's the little girl and the little boy. I mean, the Valentine cards are just so much cooler than the ones like I gave out even in the 70s. You know, they were just like little dinky ones that they didn't have all the good designs and stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm getting all steamed up over you. Uh-oh. Indeed, I will be boiling mad and get hot-headed too if you won't say that I can be the Valentine for you. Oh, that one's cool. Like a game. I like a game of poker and win most every time. I'm also good at rummy and think it mighty fine. And the way I win at bridge certainly is a crime. Be my Valentine. But I'd rather play the game of hearts, so be my Valentine. I like that one. And like I said, I'll try to watch the chat, and if there's one you want to see close or anything, just holler it out. All right, now we're getting into some ones that look kind of like die cuts. Oh, I don't want these to fall out and go on the floor on the other side. All right, there's a I may play second fiddle. Keep this little blotter near of ink. It really has no fear. A calendar too is on the blotter, so make your dates just as you oughter. And this is 1925, a little miniature 1925 calendar. Looks like it's all there, and then I guess there's the ink blotter on the back. Oh yeah, so now we get into all these like die cut lace doily type things here. Yeah, I mean, I know at my antique mall, some of these, the prices people ask for just these can be pretty expensive. Like I said, when I first got this, I saw these in here and I thought about like, well, maybe I should pull things out and sell them separately, but I kind of have a policy when I sell stuff on Whatnot, I just sell it like I find it. So, all right. We got this one. Yeah, so this is one of the few like it said at the beginning they were attached with something, but most of it, well, like there it just came right off. It was some kind of, what did it say, like glue tape or look at this one. This one's very elaborate here. This one is like folded in the wrong place, I guess it. Then you got this one here. I know there's some. I did see some of the stand up die cut ones back in here as we get closer to the back. There's another blank page. We've had two blank pages now. Yeah, so here we go. I'll pull these out and show them. So here's some of the stand-up ones. These are the smaller ones. Yeah, it says fold out Valentines, open very carefully with very all in capital letters. So I will be very careful. So there's that one. There's that one. And then here's the last one, a purple one. Hey, welcome in, Stock Diva. You got Mama Shopping. Welcome in, Jarrell Fine. Hey, Mo Rancher. And hey, Turner. Oh, if anybody's a seller, feel free to drop your store links in the chat. So we're looking at a Valentine's card album that's primarily been from the 20s with a few from the teens we've seen so far. Here's another, I think this one's so another stand up. It's like a three level stand up. This one's actually new though, so that's the first new one we've seen in here. I guess they just, it's probably from at least the 70s or 80s with a barcode. There's that one. It's odd that one new one was stuck in here. And you got this one. Let's see if I can get. Yeah, so there's that one. That one's cool. This one is from Uncle D, February 14th, 1919, it says. There you go. So you got the car there. And then this one's really, really nice here. This one like pulls apart and makes a square. Look at all the depth in that one. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers to it. And I guess this is just an envelope that maybe one of those was in. Let's see, it looks, well, I think we're more than halfway, but there's still a lot in here. So here's another big stand-up one, to my Valentine. And all these stand-ups are in like immaculate condition for the most part. I think I saw one that may have had a little tear on it. 1927 is the date on that one. I guess maybe that was the envelope for it. This one says 1925. That one's just another envelope. And then this one says, this Valentine goes on its way to say, I think of you today. And it's made in Germany, which I know a lot of these stand-up ones were. Oh, this one's pretty elaborate here. This one has the, is that Warring Heart? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, it's got the Warren Harding stamps on it. It's wild he had, he's not a president you think of that often, but costs 4 cents to mail that. All right, now here's some big ones. This one's got a ship on it. You got the people holding hands. Sorry about that. Appreciate everybody coming in here today on this Thursday. All right, this is one of those I think that goes all the way around. Yeah, that one's hard to even show. Here, let me take the, yeah, so here's the back, and I guess you would hook it, but it says to you from me is all it says on the back. So, but yeah, that one, I guess you would bring it all the way around, then it would hook there. So, whoops, appears to be in pretty good shape. So, got that one. I guess this is maybe the envelope that this one was in. There's the stamp on that one. So you got those. Yeah, these were all to Miss Helen, or most of them have been to Miss Helen Barnes. Yeah, I mean, just the number of stand-ups in here. I mean, I've seen these sell for $15 to $20 each. So 1924 is what that one's labeled. I guess they've just been sitting in this book, and just because, yeah, the condition on these is really good. Yeah, so this was from Floyd. So I guess Helen was sweet on Floyd Hilleman. And then here's this one. And they keep coming. Another blank envelope. This one says 1924. Jacob, like, what kind of cards? Are you asking if these are cards, or are you asking if I have like sports cards? If that's the question. Oh, bundle. Oh, I'm just running, this whole album's going together. So there's um so like everything in this album's going for one money, which I will see. I'm taking a chance, but but I like when I find albums like this. I hate to split them up. They're all to the same person, so hopefully y'all do me right. So, and then, I mean, to me, this is just history. And yeah, I could have broke all this up and taken them to my booth or done whatever, but I would rather somebody just get the whole album who collects this sort of thing. So that one's cool there. I guess that's just the envelope. That was in a huge envelope. Mm-hmm. Actually, getting close to the end. And then what I'll probably do, start the auction for maybe 2 minutes, and we'll go back through it like quick. Oh, and we get some well, at least one of them mechanical here. Yeah, Valentine's with moving parts. Move carefully. I like the little notes they gave. So yeah, you got Cupid riding on a dove there. Then it says, "Don't squeal if I hug you." And yeah, whatever these were attached with, I'm glad they did not use tape or glue, because they come right out, which is why 99% of them have been loose. Oh yeah, so here's the moving part on this, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess there you go. I don't want to do it too hard, but so you got that one. Then here's a goat. Let's see, where does this one move? I guess you move his tail. Yeah. So yeah, you got all these mechanical ones. That one, the tail just moves. And then this one, let's see, what does this one do? Oh, I guess you just pull. Yeah, I'm not going to pull it. I think you would pull it and it would pop out. You can see down in there, but I don't want to tear it. Then this one has a little lever right here. I love you. Tricks is out. No jokes I'll play if you only up and say that you're my Valentine. Oh yeah, so this eyes move, it looks like, somehow. Uh, oh yeah, the eyes just like do that. Dear Beth, thank you for the flowers. Olive Elizabeth. It's got a little stand up thing on the back. And I guess this one, the bird moves. I don't know. Yeah, all this moves somehow. So you got that one. And then finally, don't duck the question. Will you be my Valentine? And these little ducks move, and they have, yeah, little sayings. Waddle, waddle you something, be mine. We could get along swimmingly, my Valentine. So got those. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's been keeping count, but I'd guess we're close, more like 200. I said over 100, but that one just spins, has a message. Getting close to the end here. So hopefully y'all have enjoyed looking at these, though, as much as I have. Like I said, I had not gone through these with any, like, other than just kind of looked at each page. Valentine, I'll cook up something nice. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else. I guess that's all that moves is her eyes. And this little girl's leg moves. And her arms move. 1934. So we've seen them from the teens, the 20s. That's the first 31 I've been paying attention. And then that one modern one that was shoved in here, which was kind of strange. Here's a seesaw. Yeah, so there's a ton of mechanical ones in here too. Look at the googly eyes. Sorry about that. And then there's a dog driving a car. Let's see if we can figure out where it. I guess it just moves like that. Looks like there's maybe about 5 more pages. Here's a sailor boy. Let's see, what do we move here? Oh, this one stands up. Maybe that's all it does. Oh no, there you go. Trying to find out which piece moves on these is the hardest thing. So then we got a drummer. Here's Valentine arithmetic. Me plus you equals 3. Oh, me plus you equals 1, 1, 1. Haha. So noses are red, fingertips blue, snowballs are cold, and so are you. That and that. And then this one just folds out. All right, that might be it. Let's see. Yes, that's all of them. So let me close this up. All right, so just real quick, here was the cover for anybody who wasn't in here. I was jokingly calling this the Love and War scrapbook because the cover is this really nice embossed leather with war things. You got the Zeppelin, the ship, the artillery gun, the eagle, the planes, and the tank, and then everything in its Valentines. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and start this. Let me pin it. Let's see, it's this one. We'll pin it. And then let me go ahead and start this. And we'll do it for, I'm going to do it for 2 minutes and we'll kind of go back through it quicker. So $3 start, 2 minutes, and it is running. So you have the really cool cover, and here's the back too. Let me just show you the back. Overall, this book itself's in really good shape. So I mean, I guess if you're a military person, it does have a little tearing on the spine there. Right. So you had this poem in the front, and then a couple of like greeting card catalogs from the 30s. And then these two pieces of paper that were, I don't know what they were out of, but it's the musician and the flirt. Then you just get into all the loose Valentines. And let me just put that there, and I'll just kind of try to show anything of note as I turn through it. It's hard to turn the pages. There's so much stuff in here. So yeah, here's a big stack of them here. So there's a couple hundred easily in here. The ones up front are more just your flat traditional Valentines. Then you get into all those really nice die cuts and stand ups and mechanical ones in the back. Thanks for the bids, everyone. I think whoever gets this is going to get a really good deal. I mean, if you were so inclined to piece it out, but I mean, just as a piece of Valentine history, there's so many things in here. There was the one with the clothespin on it. Here's the baseball one here. All right, so we got Big Dave's Recycled History in at 185, and it looks like he is gonna take it. Thanks for the bids, everyone, on that. And this will, as I mentioned, this will ship out tomorrow. It's a very thick book, so you can see there. But I'll make sure everything's tucked in there good so nothing gets messed up. And let me set this off to the side. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and do the postcard folder right now, or the postcard book next. Let me go ahead and pin that. And then we can run. I know there's a few other things with pre-bids as well, but we'll get these two big ones out of the way. Then we'll run any of the other pre-bids. Then y'all can let me know, do you want to do the unboxing of this box that I have no idea what's in? We can look through the other greeting cards, which I have no idea what's in that bag either. So this postcard album here, it's made in Germany. It has this, I guess it's I don't know if it's glass, but it is cracked. And the postcards that's on the front has some damage, but it's of Krakow. Is where that was from. So I mean, other than this part, the postcard album's in pretty good shape. Just a little bit of wear. I would guess this is from the 20s, maybe in that area. Well, when we start looking at the postcards, and then some of the postcards look like they've maybe just been put in here. So here's Colonial House, Taylor, Michigan. Here's carbon copies, like Black Americana, I guess. There's some people in a boat. Unfortunately, you can't see the backs of these because I'm not going to try to take them out because I'll tear this paper for sure. So there's an airplane over Detroit, Michigan. But I think I counted there were over 220 postcards in this album, and it was heavy on the Michigan. So there's Michigan State. There's Agricultural College in Michigan. So it looks like a lot of these are either University of Michigan, Michigan State. And these appear to be, 1920s, 1910s style. There's the Michigan State Normal School. South Burdick, Day Trip Vintage Company, Tomcat Antiques. Anybody else I missed that came in while we were looking at the Valentine's card album? Thanks for coming in. That was fun to look at, so hope y'all enjoyed that. Then this one says, "You ought to be with me in Hastings." I'm not going to read what every one is, but there's a raft with sightseers. Big Spring, Mansteak, Michigan. So yeah, so far I think they've all been Michigan. My cord's not. Hold on, let me unwrap my cord here so I can stretch. There we go. So there's some deer. Well, we have some real photo postcards here. There's Copper Harbor, Michigan. And this one's like a linen, so maybe a little newer. And we have a RPPC of a bear. I can't read because of the glare, but it's somewhere in Michigan as well. So I don't know. Maybe this whole album's Michigan. Yeah, greetings from Kiva, Michigan. There's some more Kiva, Michigan. There's one of the big fish humor ones. Here's a bunch of real photo. Look at all the snow. You got the guy on the ladder here. Yes, we did already sell the Valentine album day trip. You just missed it. We just did that right before we started the postcard, looking at the postcards. So it was a banger too. I mean, there were, I don't know how many stand up die cut postcard or Valentine cards were in there, but it was very cool. So here's one of somewhere in Michigan. So quite a few RPPCs in here. I don't know if anybody in here is from Michigan, but looks like we got a lot of the state covered here. Bellevue, Michigan. I used to go to Detroit a lot and to Grand Haven a lot, which two very different places. Grand Haven was so pretty right on the lake. Well, let's see if I can get the page to turn here. Try to do this one-handed. There's Battle Creek, Michigan, where they make the cereal. Yep, and a greetings from Battle Creek there. So it looks like we're into a little Battle Creek area here. Yeah, there's CW Post. Sincerely yours. I'm guessing that's just printed on there. It'd be cool if it was really a post autograph, but I do not think it is. Then there's I arrived safely in Battle Creek. Wish you were here. Then this is like a felt pennant on here. Bay City, the city that does things. Wonder what they do. Greetings from Penfield, Michigan. Then Bedford, Michigan. And then souvenir from Paw Paw. I guess is Paw Paw in Michigan. I don't know what that is. There's a cellophane envelope stuck there. Let's see if there's. Yeah, it doesn't look. I guess maybe that was in it. And you have some couple of little postcards there. Just a line from Doster, where life is worth living. There's Lansing, another real photo of some sort. Then there's the Finnish Lutheran Church. Hey, Ohio. We've moved on from Michigan, maybe. So I wonder if this was like a trip somebody took, maybe, because all the cities are kind of grouped together. There's the city of Cleveland ship there. Yeah, because we're definitely into Ohio now. Well, that's just Minneapolis now here. Yeah, Minnesota. And then there's a souvenir from Waymart, Pennsylvania. So now they just appear to be wherever. So here's some Pennsylvania ones. Here's another Waymart. Sorry about the little glare there. So yeah, a whole page of stuff from Waymart. Uptown Chicago there. Salem, Illinois. Aurora, Illinois. There's Casper, Wyoming. And there's the something about the Union Pacific Railroad. Another railroad one there. Probably not even halfway through yet. There's Chinatown in San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. And there's the Bay Bridge. I've been across that a couple of times. Hanford. And let me know if there's anything you want to look closer at, like a particular car or anything as I go through these. I'm trying to go fast enough where we aren't looking at this forever, but slow enough where we can still get a feel for what's there. This one does have some if it was on a dish, I'd call it crazing, but it's like cracking of the whatever you would call I guess it's like a plastic lining on that card. Wilmington, North Carolina. There's I guess that's tobacco. That's something I never want to deal with again. I did cut tobacco one summer when I was in college. It was horrible. Just a few lines from Lexington, Oregon. And there's wheat. There's Massachusetts. There's another Oregon. So it's a pretty good mix of different places and different styles of postcards. There's a rodeo one. Striker, well, let's see, it's a Striker's photoglass card, Riding High on Easy Money. I guess Easy Money's the name of the horse. On the Way to Reno. All the Way to Reno's an REM song. But here's a football team of some sort. It's Lexington. And I saw I think it's Lexington. We'll see the city here in a second. But yeah, I don't know if that's a college team or what. So there's Toronto, Canada. There's Niagara Falls. Yes, so we're still in Canada here. There's a Turkish sitting room in Algeria, so we've gone outside the U.S. now. There's a Lincoln statue. There's City of Panama. Sorry about the glare on that one. There's a dog. Now we get into some humor postcards. Yeah, so then we get into some like greeting card type postcards here. So yeah, this is a good like starter collection, I guess, because there's a little bit of everything. So all these are floral ones. There's a good luck one. Hey, Jalen Rose, Grandpa's Attic. Anybody else I've missed? We're looking through a postcard album. We just finished up the Valentine's card album before this, and then we'll do whatever y'all want. We can I think I got some pre-bids on some other things that we'll do, and then we can either open the box I've got over here, which I have no idea what's in it, or we can go through this bag of greeting cards that I have right there. Yeah, more greeting card ones. Loving greeting, best wishes, happy days, kind regards. Well, there was somebody in one of my shows who collected the floral ones. So there are quite a few in here. and more floral ones, and yet more. It's more like a little greeting card there. Then we have this picture. It's like on cardstock. I have no idea what it is, but there's like a trolley car or a bus. There's a horse, so I don't know where this is. Then we get into some more RPPCs. Gone with the Wind. This is no bull. The stuff that made Milwaukee famous made me drunk. Then you got your setters and pointers. The Upper Falls at Minnehaha State Park. I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of miniature city. Just about to the end now. Here's a postcard booklet from Norfolk and Portsmouth. These are foreign postcards here. Not sure what he's doing. Maybe Tunisia is where that's from, I guess. That might be it. Oh, then a couple more in the back here. Let's see. These aren't actually postcards, but that's just cut out of something. Then like a little Sunday school. Oh no, a memorial card from 1945. Looks like another memorial card, another memorial card. And then that's a postcard. That's a postcard. And then you got this picture. Looks like a hand tinted picture of a girl and her doll. Yeah, so it's Janine, maybe. June 16th, 1940. All right, so let me do the same thing we did on the Valentine's. I'll put it for 2 minutes and we'll just let it run now and we'll kind of go back through it. So let me close it up here. And let me start auction. $3 start, 2 minutes, and it is off and running. So the first quarter of it's pretty much all Michigan. And then we get into just other areas. So I'm just going to kind of go fast here. Since we've looked at everything. Good mix. The album is marked Germany on the front. Yes. And like I said, it had this like front glass frame, but it's cracked. So you got the RPPC of the Bear. And there's an RPPC of Copper Harbor. A couple of humor postcards. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the bids. Then we have the guy in the snow on his ladder. Main Street in some town in Michigan. There's a River Bridge somewhere in Michigan. Some more RPPCs here. So yeah, over 220 postcards. I didn't count like some of the smaller ones and the pictures and things that weren't postcards. Battle Creek, Michigan was on this page. I like this one with the felt pennant. And you get into some other places in Michigan and a lot of these greetings from type places. All right, 10 seconds left. We got stock 2 wraps in. Another RPPC of a Lutheran church somewhere. And I like this City of Cleveland ship. And this whole page was Waymart, Pennsylvania, wherever that might be. All right, Stock Diva took that one. Thanks for the bids, everyone. We'll stick this over here. As I mentioned, everything will ship out tomorrow. Let me get a drink of water. All right, let me check my pre-bids here real quick. I think I had a couple, just one. Oh, no, I've got two. So we'll run these two pre-bids. Then I'll ask y'all, do you want to run anything else from the catalog, or do we want to open this box? I kind of want to open the box because I'm curious what's in it. So the guy just told me there was paper in it. He didn't really tell me anything else. So it's taped up over here. All right, so let's see. I need to do number 13, which is the Boy Scout lot. Ooh, I need to go get my vacuum. Really, those photo albums always dirty things up. But all right, let me pin this. All right, so this is just a vintage big stack of Scout stuff. There's books, there's membership cards, 1963. So different. There's bear, wolf. There's a Den Mother card. There's some achievement records, personal data. Then you get into the Cub Scout Leaders Program Notebook from 1964-65. The 1962-63 Program Notebook. Just looking to see if there was anything written in them. Doesn't look like anything's written, but there might be something written somewhere. There's 63-64. The postcard of the little blonde boy. Yeah, what lot number was that? And I will run that. Because I don't remember just a little blonde boy postcard. But we'll figure it out. Let's see, there's an Order of the Arrow book, the Lion Weepalo book, the Bear book, and the Wolf book. So you're getting all that. $3 start. And let me go ahead and run this. We do not need to do 2 minutes. We will go back to 15 seconds. And that's running. Luna Chick 24, thanks for the bid. And Luna Chick's going to take all that. Good get on that. $3. All right, while you look, Livy Lou, I'll run this last thing that has a pre-bid real quick. It won't take long to show this. So this is just a little print of just a scene of a house on a lake. It was compliments of Winter's General Store, Gowan, Michigan. I'm assuming this might have had maybe a calendar or something that hung down, but I don't know that for sure. I'd base that mainly just on the fact, you got this back here. The little hanging thing appears to be torn. Oops. And all the little metal things are still there. Of course, let me get this back behind the clips. There you go. So yeah, the little clips that hold the paper on there. So let me go ahead and run this, and it is running. Thank you, Teresa. Hey, Critter Chops, Marie Pierre. And as soon as I run this, I'll look back here and see if I see what you're talking about there, Libby Lou. All right, Teresa took that one. So a little blonde-headed. Oh, was it the photo here? Is it this? Is this what you're talking about? Let me know if this is what you're talking about, and we can run that real quick. Let me go and pin it. Oh, no. Well, I'll run this one then, since you like it. Let's see, where is that? There they are. Yeah, so these are 4 photos from the Reinhardt Marston studio in Omaha, Nebraska. which they were mostly famous for doing Native American photos, but they also just did like regular family photos. So you have the little kid in a chair here, little girl, I think. It's Mark Reinhardt. Then we actually talked about this late at the beginning of the show. She looks like the Bride of Frankenstein with her hair back there with the like white spot in it. So you got her, and then you have this flapper looking girl with the bob haircut. So I think this is the same girl. But yeah, so you got all four of those. We'll go ahead and start it. And it is running. Thank you, Livy Lou. Oh, and you may be looking at something to buy it now too, Livy Lou. And if that's the case, you can just buy it from there. But no, I don't for this show. But I'll just give you a quick sneak peek of what I have coming up for Ephemerom in December because I have it right here ready to go. I actually have two really good photo albums for well, I don't know if it'll be my next show or not because since it's in December, I may do something before then. But yeah, coming up in Ephemerama, we will have this photo album here. So this is not being sold today. But let me just show. I'm not going to show every photo, but just give you a sneak peek here. So it's in really, really good condition. The clasp is still in really good condition. And then it's not completely full, but it's pretty full. So yeah, so make sure you bookmark my Ephemerama show. I think it's December 13th, so like exactly a month from now, and we'll be running this. And then there's also a military album that we'll be running for that show as well. So all right, I'll tell you what. I don't think I have any more pre-bids right now. So anybody want to, let's just open this box. I'm going to make an executive decision. So let me show you the box. And it was just this guy at the antique mall, like I said. Here it is. Let me untether from my cable here real quick. So yeah, this guy who has a booth at where one of the places where I do, he does mainly furniture, but as part of that, he'll like clean out houses and stuff like that sometimes. And I guess this is just stuff he collected. I helped him move some furniture one time, so he just said he was giving this to me as a thank you. So, oh, thanks for the purchase from the Buy It Now. So we'll go ahead and break the seal on this, and then we'll start pulling stuff out. Just trying to think if I can get my tripod where we can just look down on it. But let me open it, and then we'll kind of look at it, and then I'll start pulling stuff out. So this is exciting. I feel like when Geraldo opened Al Capone's vault, hopefully it's not going to be just like rocks or something in here. I mean, I'm just going by the fact he said there was paper in here, so I don't know. It might like actually be like a ream of paper or something. Well, I do see paper stuff, so. All right, tell you what, let me get my tripod back up here, and then I will go forward facing, and then we just pull the stuff out together. The hopefully the anticipation's killing everybody else like it is me. Let me plug back in so I don't run out of battery. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I guess the vault was completely empty, but I just remember the build up to that was so like, I mean, they promoted it, and then Geraldo opens it, and there's nothing in there. So, all right. So let me just start pulling stuff out of here, and if y'all want me to run anything, just let me know. So this looks like a movie poster. Unfortunately, it's in kind of rough condition, but it's for City Across the River, the shock drama of our wayward boys and girls. So this is pretty funny. They're backroom parties, they're gang girls, and they're organized crime. So I guess this came out, about the whole time, like the Wild Ones and all those. Yeah, it says the studio that gave you The Naked City now gives you City Across the River. It had Stephen McNally, Sue England, Barbara Whiting, and introducing the Dukes, Peter Fernandez, Al Ransom, Joshua Shelley, Anthony Curtis. So I guess that's Tony Curtis, maybe? Yes, Annie. Things have gone really well. Thanks for stopping by. The Valentines, you would have really enjoyed looking at the Valentine album. It was really, really cool. Mickey Knox and Richard Jackal. I think I've heard of him too. So anyway, there's that in there. If anybody's interested in it, like I said, it's got a lot of condition issues. That may just go in my office or something because it is cool. Let's see. Looks like we got maybe sheet music of some sort. There's a Christmas Carol book from the Hamilton National Bank in Knoxville. Seems like he did tell me that a lot of this was Knoxville stuff. So yeah, then you just have Black Beauty, sheet music. Here's Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. That's kind of cool. And yeah, so it's just the sheet music for their supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it fast enough, you'll always sound precocious. And then there's like a scene from the movie. So you got that. Then you have a Ragtime Piano Styles. Cole Porter's I Love You. Michael Todd's Mexican Hayride. And some other songs there. Some good bullfighter imagery on there. And here's the Little Gypsy Tea Room. Another pretty good imagery there. Yeah, if y'all see anything of these you want me to run, let me know. Here's the song from Moulin Rouge, and then on the back it's got an advertisement from the song for the songs of Bambi. And I can also bundle some stuff too if y'all are interested. Here's another Christmas Carol book. Here's another Christmas Carol book. Hey, Stamps Coin Currency. Hey, Chip and Sissy. And Jaja Banks. Anybody else I missed? Thanks for coming in. You missed the 2 albums, but we're just unboxing this box of stuff that somebody gave me. Here's Frank Sinatra's 50 Golden Songs album. And then I guess you got Frank Sinatra on the back and Johnny Concho. I will not sing any of these. Some more Christmas Carol books. Yeah, if nobody buys these, I'll probably get all these listed because I've found there's like those Christmas Carol books like that come from banks and insurance companies. I've always had good luck selling those, like on other platforms. So anyway, just different sheet music. Here's Slaughter on 10th Avenue. Nice uplifting title. And you got excerpts from South Pacific on the back. And then there's that one. And then here's Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers dancing away on the battleship. Let Yourself Go. And then here's One World by Wendell Willkie. I don't know. Somebody was asking $10 for it. I have no idea. Has anybody heard of Wendell Willkie? That name sounds very familiar. Anyway, so you had all that stuff. Let's see. Oh, here's a binder of stuff. Tell you what, let's maybe I'll set this on the table and turn the camera back around. Oh, it just says paper collectibles. So that's right up the alley for this show. So let me do this. Pull this off here. Put it on here. So you can look at my dirty table there. And let's see what kind of paper collectibles we might have in here. Oops, it goes that. Well, I guess this is right. Yeah. All right, we have something from the Knoxville Fertilizer Company. These must have come out of somebody's booth at some point because they're all like tagged with a booth number. So yeah, letter. I have to turn it this way so we don't get all the glare. Knoxville Fertilizer Company, like letterhead there. And it looks like we have some maybe invoices / bill heads here. You have this dapper guy here holding a rope. And then a bill head from Edgar Brothers Overall Company, 1931. Vacation views, just a little postcard booklet. It looks like maybe it's a gas station advertisement. Let's see. For Esso, maybe. Oh yeah, it's just like a little postcard folder, but it's for Esso. You got the Esso guy there with his mop. So there you go. So yeah, an advertisement for Esso. I've never seen the postcard booklet like that. It's a Esso advertisement. Then we have the Office Pest. And it says it's got an envelope too. So there must be an envelope behind it maybe. The Office Pest. You are the fellow that always picks on the office gang to pull your tricks. You stand aside and laugh with joy, you gosh darn pesty office boy. Maybe that's the envelope that they were talking about that it was in. Then here's something for a subscription to McCall's. There's the back of it. And then here's the subscription, a couple more subscription cards to some kind of magazine. Well, hopefully y'all are enjoying seeing what's in here anyway. That says just Dixon Service, whatever that is. Jimmy Dixon and his dad. Here's another advertisement for the Woman's Home Companion, or I guess it's just a magazine, like selling magazine ad. Here's another letterhead for M. Cantor Furniture Company. Buy now, pay later. 1925. Boys Town in Nebraska. So Father Flanagan's Boys Home. Must be a brochure or something from Boys Town. It says winter 1952. Then we have the Mill and Chair Company. Nice letterhead here. The graphic on top. And there's some kind of another letter from the Mill and Chair Company. Here's something from Dandridge, Tennessee. Looks like a tax assessment letter of some sort. And then here's something from the Kent Coffee Manufacturing Company in Lenore, North Carolina. Wonder if they do furniture. I know there's a lot of furniture that gets done over there. You know, there's like subscribers. Oh, this is for the Knoxville Journal. So it's newspaper subscription stuff. There's the another Kent Coffee Manufacturing Company. Here's a collection statement from the law offices of Charles A. Noon for services rendered for the Bluestone Fur Company. Yeah, for anybody just coming in, somebody gave me like a whole box of stuff. So this was just, we're broke the seal on it and we're just going through what was in there. If you see anything you want me to run, just let me know and we can pull it out. Here's another letterhead for the Knoxville Production Credit Association. A lot of this is local to Knoxville. And then we have some studio photos, it looks like. Oh, I guess there's just one there. So it says Susanna at the bath, not Guido something. I can't really read it. But anyway, you have that. It looks like it's from Nandon is the name of the studio, maybe. Oh yeah, here's the back of it. Here we go. Helen Margaret Allen, aged 2 years and 3 days, to her godmother. You got this woman with a hat with a baby. That's from Reading, Pennsylvania. And then you got these children, 4 children. I get. Oh, is that a? Let's see. Is this a hidden mother or is the mother there? Let's see, because it looks like there's a body back there. Let's see. No, it's just the top of the chair. It looks like a headless person, though. There might be a mom hidden in there somewhere holding that baby up. You think so? Maybe. Because yeah, that's the same baby, maybe, and maybe that's the mom. So we got this dude here. Chardon, Ohio. So yeah, it looks like just a lot of studio photos here at the end. Oh, that's quite the beard there. There's a couple. I think we're just about to the end. Oh, look at the baby on the like bear skin or something. Wonder if there's some mom huddled in there anywhere. The New York Gallery in Reading, Pennsylvania. And then found these stamps, so sending them along. I don't know who they were sending them along to. So that's it. So that's all that's in that. Let me. Looks like there's some books down in there. We'll see what those are, but yeah, nothing earth-shattering in the box, but it was still fun to look at, and I'll be able to do something. This Knoxville stuff may do okay at my booths. So let's see what books we have. I mean, there's some saucers, which I'll just probably get rid of these because saucers without the cups don't do much. I sell a ton of china, but yeah, just trying to sell only saucers. Then there's a coffee pot in there. Let's see if it's got the cord. Yeah, it actually does have the cord. Ooh, it smells like coffee. Sorry for the racket there. Farberware. And then let's see, then there's some books in here, and then that's it. Young Enough to Know Better. Let's see when this is. I also have records if anybody's interested in those. 1927 book there. Then we have Paris Michelli of King's Row. Then we have The Money Man. Then we have Ernest Hemingway's Farewell to Arms and the General Society Sons of the Revolution. So, yeah, I mean, That's a pretty decent box. I'll make a little money out of that. So I appreciate the guy who gave it to me thinking on me. All right, anything in particular that anybody would like to see? Do you want to look at? I mean, I don't want to just keep everybody on here if there's nothing you want to see, but I have the whole bag of greeting cards. I mean, I have a bunch of postcards we could look at. And then I have records that we could look at. So put in the chat if there's anything of those, or if you see anything in the catalog that's left you want me to run, let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably just find somebody to raid and call it a day. This is actually a short show for me. Usually it seems like I end up going like 3 hours. So any bluegrass, like bluegrass sheet music, there's actually, Teresa, if you look in the buy it now, let me just search and put in Opry, because I think there is, yeah, there's a 1940s Bill Monroe Grand Ole Opry song folio that's paired with an Eddie Arnold radio favorites. Oh, Bluegrass Records. I don't think so. Let's see, just glancing through here real quick. There's Linda Ronstadt. There's the Big Chill soundtrack. There's James Taylor. There's Donna Summer. There's the Commodores. Steve Miller Band. Willie Nelson. Ohio Players. Bonnie Tyler. Katrina and the Waves. Mason Williams. Boz Scaggs. Paul Simon. Bruce Springsteen. Beatles. Ricky Lee Jones, Rick Wakeman, Robin Trower, Alan Parsons, Beatles, Snoop Dogg, Donna Summer, All in the Family, The Beach Boys, Beatles, Donna Summer, Times Square soundtrack, Bonnie Raitt, Rick James, White Nights, Morris Day, Frankie and the Knockouts, Ja Rule, Tina Turner, Glenn Fry, Nipsey Hussle, the Doobie Brothers, Genesis, America, another Doobie Brothers, another James Taylor, Sheena Easton, and Dennis DeYoung. So I don't know if any of those float anybody's boat. I could run some of those if you want. Then I also have some 45s. Looks like I've got Haley Mills from The Parent Trap, The Police, The Ballad of the Green Berets, Elvis, a Sun record, Jerry Lee Lewis. Probably ought to look that one up. Elvis, another Jerry Lee Lewis Sun record. Chuck Berry, The Human League, The Go-Go's, Juice Newton, Ebony and Ivory. Wow, I don't remember Stevie Wonder ever looking like that. John Waite, Christopher Cross, USA for Africa. Actually, two of those. So I'm not seeing anybody jumping up that they want. Jerry Lewis. Yes. High School Confidential. And there's another one. Yeah, if you want, I'll run both these. I mean, to be honest, I've sold some Sun records before that have gone for quite a bit, but I don't know. They're not doing me any good sitting here. So if you're interested, I would start the pair of them for $5. Let me know. No, I'm fine with running them now, Teresa. Let me know if that works. Let me be adding an entry for records here. In case anybody else wants to see any of the records that I named off. Create temporary listing, vinyl records. Record. Sorry about the camera bouncing while I'm doing this. Let's put in a quantity of just that. Let me just go ahead and pin that. Tell you what, let's just go ahead and I'll just run them and we'll see if anybody bids. Start auction, $5. And this is for the, so let's see, let's just look at them first to make sure. So that side looks to be in very good condition with the breakup. And then this one's, I'll make it all up to you. That one also looks to be in really good condition. So don't see any issues with the records. Now these don't look like the original sleeves. And the sleeves have some wear to them. And then you have High School Confidential, which I've heard of that song. That one also looks to be in good condition. It does have like a little, like discoloration right there. And then Fools Like Me. This one maybe has a few little surface scratches, but I don't see anything that should affect playability. All right. So let me just go ahead and start that. And it is running. If anybody's interested in the Jerry Lee Lewis records. A pair of Sun records. And the Sun records, if you ever see them, the one I sold that sold for a lot of money was a 78 RPM Elvis Presley Sun record. I think it was Elvis. No, Johnny Cash. It was a 78 RPM Johnny Cash record, and I sold it for like 50 something dollars. But like I said, it was a 78 RPM. So, so all right. We'll tell you what, we'll end on that. We'll go find somebody to raid. I appreciate all the bids on the two albums. And everything will ship out. Let's see, it's 3:30. Yeah, probably tomorrow at this point. So everybody have a great rest of your afternoon. Make sure you bookmark my Ephemerama show. Also make sure you go to franklinhillventures.com. You can follow me on Instagram and follow my podcast on YouTube. I do the Finders Flippers resale podcast with Frizzy's Finds and the Slim Flippers, so Johnny and Wes. And we're actually recording an episode tonight with It's Telly Thrifts from Denver. So looking forward to speaking with her. And I guess that's it. Everybody have a great day. Stick around long enough to raid somebody here. And we're going to raid. Let's see. We'll go to Wiener Junkies. It says they're doing ephemera. So everybody have a great day. And if I don't see you before, we'll hopefully see you in December at Ephemerama.